Phase 1. The ship that shouldn't have been empty. December 4th, 1872. The crew of the merchant ship Mary Celeste spotted a vessel drifting through the Atlantic Ocean. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but as they got closer, something felt wrong. The ship wasn't responding. No one stood on deck. No one answered their signals. When sailors finally boarded the vessel, they were shocked. The ship was completely deserted. Not a single person remained on board. The captain, his wife, his 2-year-old daughter, 7 experienced sailors, all gone. It was as if 10 people had simply vanished into thin air. Phase 2. The impossible mystery. What investigators found next made the case even stranger. The cargo was still there. The crew's money was untouched. Jewelry and valuables had been left behind. There was enough food and drinking water to last for months. If pirates had attacked, why leave everything behind? If there had been a mutiny, where were the signs of violence? Even stranger, the crew's pipes, clothing, and personal belongings were still neatly stored in their cabins. It looked as though everyone had left suddenly, but not in panic. And then investigators noticed something crucial. The ship's lifeboat was missing, meaning the crew had likely left voluntarily. Phase 3. Theories begin to explode. The mystery quickly became international news. Newspapers around the world published wild theories. Some claimed pirates had attacked. Others blamed giant sea monsters. A few even suggested the crew had been kidnapped. Years later, people would add even more bizarre explanations. Aliens, sea serpents, paranormal forces. But the facts didn't support any of them. There was no blood, no damage from a battle, no signs of robbery. It was as if the crew had calmly stepped off the ship and disappeared forever. Phase 4. A deadly mistake? Today, the most accepted involves the ship's cargo. The Mary Celeste was carrying over 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol. Investigators later discovered that some barrels were leaking. Alcohol fumes can be extremely dangerous. Imagine standing on a wooden ship in the middle of the ocean and suddenly smelling what seems like an imminent explosion. The captain feared that a single spark would destroy the vessel, so he ordered everyone into the lifeboat while they waited at a safe distance. The plan sounded reasonable, but the ocean is unpredictable. A powerful gust of wind or waves may have snapped the rope connecting the lifeboat to the ship. Within minutes, the crew would have watched in horror as their only chance of survival drifted away, and there was nothing they could do to stop it. Phase 5. The mystery lives. On the abandoned ship was eventually recovered. No wreckage of the lifeboat, no final message, nothing. More than 150 years later, the disappearance of the Mary Celeste remains unsolved. And perhaps that's what makes the story so terrifying. A ship was found. The cargo was found. The crew's belongings were found. But the people themselves vanished forever, as if the Atlantic Ocean swallowed them without leaving a single clue. What do you think happened to them? Let me know in the comments.